Greetings, Professor. We are from Group 4, and my name is Priyashaa Sharma. Alongside me are my teammates Benson Fernandez, Jashanpreet Singh, and Jeevitha Murugan. All members of our team have separate roles for the development of this final project. Let's begin by introducing our team. We have Benson Fernandez, who's the data analyst of our team. Next, we have Jashanpreet Singh, who's the developer. Jeevitha Murugan is a project manager, and myself, the business analyst. We all collectively worked on the different segments of our project, while each member took more care as their roles described. Our client for our project is Grizzly Sports Analytics Private Limited. They were founded in the year 2004 and they are based in Canada. Grizzly's company mainly deals with data management for sports teams across Canada and USA. They use data to analyze the top performing players in various sports such as football, rugby, ice hockey, volleyball, and basketball, with primary focus on football and ice hockey, which is common in the USA and Canada. Our client currently wants to focus more on NBA as basketball is one of the rapidly growing sports. Their requirements are to create a dashboard that displays various information about basketball players. Another requirement is to obtain data about the top performing players in 2023 and also the information about the players who have higher number of games as a starting player for a team. In this project, based on our client requirements, we acquired the data from a URL and stored it in a cloud database. MongoDB is used for our project. A pseudo batch process written in Python runs every 24 hours to keep the data updated. Following, we have a web app created that utilizes the data from cloud database and displays charts and visualizations on a dashboard that is created using Flask. Python is a main programming language and the front end is designed using HTML and CSS. Once the dashboard is complete, we host the application to a live cloud server and obtain a URL so anyone can access the dashboard and information. We also created APIs that can display all player information to get player details for a range of IDs and to retrieve a player by searching for their ID alone. Now, I will let Benson to take over the database structure of our project.
Thank you, Priyasha. Now I will walk you through the data selection and data import process of our application. As we need to import data from a URL, we used an API that contains all the information that contains similar information on the internet. The API that we used is this API, and we can see it contains all the basic information about a player such as name, age, etc. And it also contains all their stats for the season of 2023. We used a Python script to automatically import the data into our MongoDB, and we have, as you can see, we have given the time as 86,200 seconds as a refresh cycle. So once every day, the data will get updated into our MongoDB. Let me just quickly open the MongoDB. Ah, this is the data that has got imported, and as you can see, we have objects from 0 to 99. And we can even check the details about each and every object by expanding them. And you can verify that all the objects from this API have been successfully imported into our MongoDB. Then I will quickly walk you through the landing web page. Before that, I have to run the application. So this is our landing page. This is the landing page of our web app. And on the left, we can see the list of charts created. I will quickly walk you through the bar chart that deals with the information about the players with the highest number of play time. We have Anthony Davis with over 1904 minutes played for the season, followed by Bogan Bogdanovic with 1893 minutes, Tyrese Halliburton with 1883 minutes, and Desmond Bain with 1841 minutes. On the lower side, we can see that Kevin Durant has played only 1400 minutes, followed by Kyrie Irving with 1478 minutes. Next, Priyasha will continue explaining about the remaining visuals of our project.
Thank you, Benson. I will quickly walk you through bubble chart and column chart. The bubble chart explains about the top scorers along with the number of games played by each player for the season of 2023. From the chart, we can observe that the high scoring players are Kyrie Irving, Michael Porter, and Christian Wood. The lowest scoring players are D'Angelo Russell, Norman Powell, and Tim Hardaway. Moving on to the next visual, we have a column chart that displays the players who have the highest number of games as a starting player. We have the world famous LeBron James, who started around 54 games in 2023 season. Following are Devin Booker and Bradley Beal with 53 and 50 games as a starting player this season. Now I will hand over the stage to Jashan, who will walk you through the code that we had implemented for our project.
Thank you, Priyasha, and hello, Professor. I will be explaining the code for our app. Here I have imported all the necessary libraries, and here this code gives the route to the HTML page, our main index page. Here this is the navigation bar. This is the navigation bar option for the bubble chart. This one is for the column chart, and this one is the bar chart. Now the next part in our code is, here we take our data from the MongoDB database. Actually, the data is taken from the MongoDB database the relevant data is taken in every chart function or chart route. This is the code for the bubble chart. It takes the data for the bubble chart, and the bubble chart visual is here in this code. Almost all the code for each chart is same except this one, which is the data of the charts. This is the code for the column chart, and this route goes to here, column chart. This is the code for bar chart. This route goes to bar chart here. Now I will run the app and just demonstrate which are the parts or which ones. Here we have our app running in the Chrome. This is our home page as I've explained, and this is the bubble chart. This is the column chart. This is the bar chart. All of these charts have been taken from the respective codes. Here, column chart, bar chart, and bubble chart. Now I'll explain each individual chart code. This is the bootstrap, which is same in every chart file, and this is the draw chart function. It is different in every chart file. This, for example, in this one we have taken minutes played and player name, and for bubble chart we have taken these 4 variables for this chart here in the draw function. Also, various options can be configured for each chart types, and for bubble chart we have configured the title as top scorers in season 2023, and horizontal axis title is games played, vertical axis title is field goals, and bubble font size and text style are given here. Even more options can be configured if you want to. They were all on the Google Charts web page. This is the chart type. This is also different in every chart file as it shows which chart we are going to draw. And here in the navigation bar, which is almost the same in every chart type and every, except for these two lines here, as these three lines here, as these two lines, this one defines the size of the chart, and this one defines the margins of the chart. Similarly, in the bar chart, we have configured the options of width and height of bars, and bar group width is 95%. Title is just like the rest of them. Okay, this is the requirement.txt file, and this one displays all the requirements that need to be installed for our code when we are running our web application online in the link. That's it for me, and next Jeevitha will be explaining the extra credit part that we have done. We have built an API.
Thank you, Jashan, for explaining about the MongoDB and the visualization about the NBA players analysis. So now let us look into the API we have created for the NBA players analysis. So here we have created 3 APIs. One is to get all the data from the database, and the second API to get the range of players by passing the parameters of start ID and end ID. And the next API we have created is to get a specific player detail. We can pass the item ID of a specific player which we wanted, and we can get the data of the specific player. And there are 3 APIs here. Now we will look into the API running in the browser, and we'll see about the results. All these 3 APIs will be giving a JSON result when we run the API. And these APIs can be consumed by any people who wants to use it for the data analytics or storage in the database about the data and everything. And when the application is hosted in the website, it can be accessed publicly. So as you can see, the first API, which will return the entire all items of the NBA data, and the second API will take start ID and the end ID, which will not be included in the where clause, and it will give you the between datas. That is, for example, here I've given the parameters like 0 and 3 in the API URL. So now the data will be like the ID, the data of the player's data, which is having an ID 1 and 2, it will be giving you. So it is like the start ID and end ID is excluded, and it will give you the range of data. And the third one is like when you wanted a specific data of a NBA players, we can pass the parameter of ID in the URL of a specific player, and it will give you the specific data. All these APIs can be consumed for further analysis by anyone who wants to use it. And now let's move on to the hosting a Python web application in the website. As you can see, first we try to host an application in the
One.
We tried to host an application in the Heroku, and we couldn't succeed in hosting an application since there is no free subscription provided. And hence, we try to host it in a Microsoft Azure, which is part of a subscription by the organization given, and we try to create an app services. Since we have to host an application as per the instruction given in the documentation of Microsoft Azure, first we need to run the application in the local, and then we have to create an app services, and we have to give, either we can upload or we can give host an application using GitHub project or using a zip file. Here, as you can see, I've created an app service which is running successfully. It is running successfully, and in the, as per the instruction, we have to deploy the code in the deployment service, and the default domain is also provided here as BDAT 1004 final project, and it is suffixed by the default domain names, that is azurewebsites.net, which can be accessed by anyone who wants to access it. And I've uploaded the project using the GitHub link. I've first uploaded I've created the repository in the GitHub and given the link over here, so that this app services will take the repository from the GitHub. And now I'm going to open the URL here. As you can see, the URL is running successfully, but the app service is running, but it is not taking the Python web application which we have given. So there is a problem in it, and we couldn't succeed in hosting an applications. All the application screenshots and the output of the APIs are given in the presentation. And also we have given the repository link in the presentations, and we have added all the screenshots of the applications in this presentations, as you can see. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity.